How far now waiting the so? I want us to talk about latest update concerning Nigerian footballers. We are going to talk about Victor Osimhen, Victor Boniface, Ademola Lookman, and also talk about Rafael Onyedika. We are also going to touch on the Super Falcons of Nigeria as they prepare for their semi-finals game against the bayana of South Africa in the Women's African Cup of Nations tournament. But before we jump into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. I'm a Ghanaian, but affiliate with Nigeria. So please continue to support the channel. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with Victor Boniface. On the Cultural Podcast, Victor Boniface talked about his move to nassr that failed and what happened. Things we did not know about. Guys, let's check out this video.
If it's fine by you, you can start living with me. I was cutting eye to my grandma. No. Because my coach is a coach and also a pastor.
Oh.
So when I went there, we wake up like 3 a.m. prayer, everything. So, but glory to be to God, I made it to this far, and I brought my coach also because we've been together. So I brought him to Germany to watch.
We saw it.
But there's one part that it was about money because I've faced a lot of like injury and I'm young, you understand. So I think it was the last transfer window.
Yeah.
I had like
you almost went to Saudi.
So I had like a great offer from Saudi. Like really, really great. So I was thinking like, I've been injured so many times. If it didn't go well, blah, blah, blah. If I go to this place, if I play 2-3 seasons, I started calling family. I was on the internet, people are already calculating the money.
Yeah, I was among them because I
money was a lot. So everyone, people were calling me family. So I called my elder brother. I said to him, bro, he said football, he loves football. I said to him, because he didn't see it. So I called him, I said to him, bro, I had an offer to go to this Saudi team. I also had an offer to like top team in Italy, blah, blah. He said, what's wrong with you? Go to Italy, you play Champions League, there's World Cup and everything. I said, you sure? He said, yes, no problem. So I end the call, I dropped my phone, I was still thinking, then 2 minutes later he called. He said, hey, someone sent me something from Tunde, not this, that. He saw the money, I said that, he said, are you the crazy? I said, you say you the crazy? I said, what? He said, you need to go to Saudi. So I started thinking. So nobody knew about this because I didn't post about this. I was just calm. So I would say it so everyone knows. So I already agreed to the offer because it's not just about me also. It's about the club because there's a lot of things going on in the football world that people think it's just about we, the football player. It's also coming from the club side. Management. So it's like if they offer like a little money to the club will never say no. So the club also want the money. It was like 70 million for the club. And they say yes. So I was ready to go. I packed my bag. I live in Cologne, so I packed my bag we drove to Frankfurt. Some of my life, because the money is a lot, to be honest. So most of my designer clothes, shoes, I already given out to my friends that were at home. So we drove yeah, bro, I was thinking so we drove to Frankfurt, stayed to Frankfurt. The flight was waiting, everything. I was in my hotel room thinking, praying also that made this thing happen. But my village people were like, come and go, let me see now. But it didn't work out.
Last minute.
Yeah, last minute it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I started calling my friends. After that, bring that home.
I'm still in town.
Yeah, but I think that was the only time in my career that I thought about the money. Yeah, but every other aspect is just for I love football.
Right.
Yeah.
So guys, we have heard from Victor Boniface, and this is the reality of footballers. He says that was one point in his life, in his footballing career, where he thought about the money more than the football. And I don't blame him. I mean, money brings happiness. If I were a footballer, I would have done exactly what he did. But then guys, you have heard from Victor Boniface. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Moving away from Victor Boniface, let's talk about Victor Osimhen. It's a done deal. Finally, the drama has come to an end. Victor Osimhen from Napoli to Galatasaray is a done deal. Now, the details of this deal is very simple. So let me break this down to you. Total package is 80 million euros, 40 million cash down, and the rest of the 35 million to be paid by 2026. It comes with a 5 million add-ons, which would be the goals Victor Osimhen would be scoring with Galatasaray. But then the deal comes with a very special plus. Now, the special plus includes a 75 million fine if Victor Osimhen returns to Italy before 2 years. A 75 million euros fine if Victor Osimhen returns to Italy before 2 years. And also 10% on sell-on clause. 10% on sell-on clause. So guys, these are the details of Victor Osimhen's move from Napoli to Galatasaray. Finally, it is all done. Now, it's reported that Victor Osimhen is going to sign until 2029. But then this particular transfer is breaking a lot of records, and I want to share that with you. A lot of records, because Victor Osimhen moving from one club to another has been at the topic of town. One, Victor Osimhen's move from Napoli to Galatasaray is the second biggest sale ever, behind Higuain to Juventus. So this is record number one. Record number two, this would be Galatasaray's biggest purchase in their history. That is record number two. Record number three, this will also be Turkish football's most expensive transfer of all time. Turkish football's most expensive transfer of all time. Record number four, he will become the highest paid player in the Turkish league. He will become the highest paid player in the Turkish league. So guys, these are four records that Victor Osimhen's transfer has broken, which is crazy, which is so good for the player. And we know that definitely he's going to live up to the hype. We saw him play on loan. Just imagine what he would do playing permanently for Galatasaray. The Turkish league is not ready, and this is a player who wanted to go to Galatasaray, and finally, it is all done. Let me know your thoughts about all this down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman. Now, Ademola Lookman, first update has to do with Napoli. Napoli sent an offer to Atalanta to sign Ademola Lookman. In fact, an offer that tops all the offers that Atalanta has already received. But Ademola Lookman has said no to Napoli. Ademola Lookman has said no to Napoli. That is the first update. Second update has to do with Atletico de Madrid. Atletico de Madrid sent player plus cash. They sent a total of 30 million euros plus Samuel Lino. It has not been rejected yet, but is still in consideration from Atalanta to see whether this will suffice for them. But then, guys, the second update that has to do with Ademola Lookman is that Atletico de Madrid have already submitted player plus cash. That is 30 million euros plus Samuel Lino for Ademola Lookman from Atalanta. It is under consideration. Update number 3 concerning Ademola Lookman is that Inter Milan are preparing their second bid for the player, which is believed to be 45 million euros, which is quite lesser from what Atalanta has already requested from all the clubs that have shown interest in Ademola Lookman, which is 50 million euros. But then what we are hearing is that the second bid is being reported that it would be 45 million euros from Inter Milan, cash down. But then, guys, let's see what happens. When it comes to personal terms, it has already been agreed. Yes, he's going to sign until 2030 with Inter Milan and receive 4 million euros yearly plus bonuses. But then, guys, this is the update that has to do with Ademola Lookman. 3 clubs, 1 player, and the player has already said yes to Inter Milan. He's just waiting for Inter and also Atalanta to agree on terms so he can make his move. As simple as that. But then, guys, this is the update concerning Ademola Lookman. Let's not forget, he's still recovering from a calf injury. Yes, he's still recovering from a calf injury. And this is one update that we are going to follow up on and see to its end. And see that it is a done deal. Ademola Lookman to Inter Milan or Atletico de Madrid, because he has already said no to Napoli. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Rafael Onyedika. What we hear is that Club Brugge and also Fenebache have held talks concerning the player, and they went in there to inquire about the conditions necessary to sign Rafael onyedika from Club Brugge. What we are hearing is that they were told 40 million euros in total package, but then no formal offers have left Fenebache to Club Brugge yet. Now they are waiting to see if they can get other options rather than Rafael onyedika. But then so far, Fenebache have made contact with Club Brugge concerning the player. They have been told 40 million euros, but then they are still looking into the market to see if they can get other players at a lower price. If not, definitely they'll revisit Rafael onyedika again. But let's not forget, West Ham, Leeds United, Juventus have all shown interest in Rafael onyedika, who is currently with Club Brugge during preseason. So guys, this is one particular update that we are going to follow and bring you more updates concerning that. Now, let's move away from that and talk about the Super Falcons, the beautiful ladies of Nigeria making the nation proud. Now, in the Women's African Cup of Nations, they have progressed to the semi-finals where they are going to face the bayana of South Africa. It is not going to be an easy game because these two nations have a bit of rift between them, and it's going to see how interesting this game is going to end. Now, let me give you a bit of history concerning these two countries because it is very important to talk about what these two countries have done so far whenever they have met each other in this particular competition. When it comes to the WAFCON semi-finals, this would be the 5th time these two countries are about to meet. So, they have played 4 times so far. In 2002, Nigeria beat South Africa by 5-0. In 2012, South Africa beat Nigeria by 1-0. In 2014, Nigeria beat South Africa by 2-1. And also 2016, Nigeria beat South Africa by 1-0. And all these games were played in the semi-finals of the WAFCON. Yes, semi-finals of the WAFCON. When you talk about all the games that have been played between these two nations, it is 10. Total WAFCON meeting between Nigeria and also South Africa is 10. 7 wins for Nigeria, 2 wins for South Africa, 1 draw. And even the draw, Nigeria won on penalties. So technically, Nigeria also won that game. When you talk about goals that were scored between these two countries in the WAFCON tournament, Nigeria have scored a total of 16 goals between the meetings between these two countries. And South Africa has scored 5 goals. The game is tomorrow. And my question is, who do you think is going to win? Bayana of South Africa or the Super Falcons of Nigeria? Looking at their history so far, their statistics, every single time they have met in this particular competition, they have already met 4 times in the semi-finals of the WAFCON tournament, and this would be the 5th time. In this particular tournament, they have met 10 times, and Nigeria has won 7. South Africa have won 2. 1 ended up in a draw on penalties. Nigeria won. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. So guys, this is why I'm going to end the update concerning Nigerian players. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, big vibe.